ready.
Welcome to another episode of Buffin' the Rough. Today we'll hear from Trey Gerard of Saline River Tree Dogs about training tree dogs, West Siberian Laikas, redneck horse racing, and a lot more. Help me welcome Trey to the program. Well, hey Trey, how are you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad you came on. I've had you on my list for a while, somebody I wanted to reach out to and learn more about. And I got a ton of questions for you. But before I get started on asking my questions, Trey, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into hunting with dogs?
Sure. I was probably 8, 9 years old. My first coon dog was named Woody. He was a tree and walker, house's liquor bred dog. Real nice walker dog. But he didn't start treeing coons until he was a year and a half old.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was just beginning to get into coon hunting, and all my buddies' daddies is buying them finished dogs. And my daddy told me pretty much, son, we ain't got the kind of money to go buy no finished dog. He said, so you either make him or you don't. I don't care what you do. That's pretty much my predicament that I was in. At the time, for a 9-year-old boy, that's the end of the world.
It is.
So, and I knew nothing about it. But my daddy told me a kid can train a dog way before a man can. And he was real true. He was straightforward on that. And because, man, that dog taught me more than any person ever has. In those years, those lessons that I learned with Woody, they've stuck with me forever. And that dog did not die until I was 26 years old.
Wow.
He stayed with me for a long time. So, it's and I haven't had a dog that lived that long ever. He's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at it from a standpoint of, my dad, some kids would have been real upset. I was mad about it because Chaz Ringo's daddy had bought him this dog. I think his name was Moses.
Mm-hmm.
And Chaz Ringo's somebody I grew up hunting with. He's a good boy. But that dog was nice, boy. My dog was trash. But that's kind of where it all started as far as the coon hunting goes. And the squirrel hunting was, I just squirrel hunt because it's daylight. I'm not going to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy my squirrel hunting. I'll step back, though, to where I was. I don't need to jump around too much. When I was growing up coon hunting, it's something I've always done. When my wife and I got together, we had that talk. How you know what you're marrying before you marry it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're marrying a house. That's what you're marrying. And it rocked on there. In about 2014, I was running the major crimes CID unit here in Cleveland County for the sheriff's office. And it just finally, I kept telling my wife I wanted to build. I've always had this vision and dream of having training pens.
Mm-hmm.
And it might sound stupid to some, and my wife was one of those people. She said, "You'll never make $1 doing it. You'll never really do it." And I love my wife, but that was the wrong thing to say because that set a fire in me. Pretty much, if nothing else, to prove her wrong that it could be done.
Right.
And every time I hand her money to today, you remember where that come from now? And I'm the type that if I can prove you wrong, I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And it rocked on there, and I finally got a house. And had some land with it, hardwood, timber. and my dad and I were sitting down on the back porch, and he said, you should fence this in. And the idea of having the training pens seems so far-fetched for a guy in my financial status. You know, stuff like that, man, it costs a lot of money to do. And I ended up spending $6,000-7,000 fencing it in on a hope that it would work, and number two, on an idea that people would want to use it. Because if without the customer, it's nothing.
Right.
Now I can start my own dogs in there, but that's not very many.
Mm-hmm.
And it come to a point where we went and we did it. We finished in. We built 2 training pens in my house in, I think, 2016. And we started our own dogs in there before we opened it up to the public. We wanted to see how this was going to go before we actually opened it up to, say, you coming and dropping a dog off. Are you traveling from the Carolinas to Arkansas just because you want your dog to have that opportunity? I wanted to know if it was even going to be worth that. And I did. I started 5 puppies. Every one of them, and they were good bred puppies. Every one of them started treeing it at a couple weeks in there. And I'm going, this is it. You know, this is it. This works. And I finally opened it up to the public, I think, in 2017. Excuse me. And I have not had a slow month since. It is, God has blessed me. He has took care of me. These dogs. I was running that major crime CID unit at Rising, and it finally come to a point where I could either stop chasing. I had to stop chasing crackheads and start chasing coon dogs more. And it people laugh, but it's so true. It is so true. They were taking up about the same amount of time, and one of them had to go. And in 2021, I built a 15-acre training pen a mile from my house. I bought 30 acres down the river, and I just got to thinking that, hey, I need one more thing that other people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sets you apart. It kind of, you pull up somebody's house and they got an acre training pen. That's cool. I'm not knocking it one bit. I'm not. But those training pens, they're designed at my house to teach those dogs how to tree. That's what they're for. They're designed to teach those dogs to hate a squirrel. But there's one thing it really don't do, and the training pen guys don't want to talk about it. It doesn't really teach them how to hunt, how to navigate the timber. Because, number one, they're tripping over squirrels. They don't have to hunt. You just go out to get you a drink of water, you're getting treed. Mm-hmm. That's how it's set up. But this bigger pen I built, I have not dumped the number of squirrels into it that I did at my house. And it's kind of like a big wood simulation, have you? Mm-hmm. And, and I tell everybody that brings one here, if your dog trees in there, he's ready to go home. Because when those squirrels down there hear the gravel popping, buddy, they gone. That's just how it is. And I think there's 8 or 9 coons living in there. They got their food, watered, and women. They ain't going nowhere. Them coons are, and I got some Moultrie Edge game cameras I keep in there. And when a coon pops up at a feeder, I'll go down there and dump a coon dog pup on him. It works. It is so good for so many things, but that pen there just kind of sets me apart, and that's what it was for. It was for to say, hey, I don't want to have just 2 pens at the house. I got this. And it wasn't just built on a whim. It was built with the dog in mind that, hey, that dog needs to learn how to navigate a bigger block of timber without me in it with her. They need to learn how to navigate without treeing all the time. They need to learn how to hunt for something. And it works. It really really does, and I'm very proud of everything we got. It turned into something, a little idea, an idea on the back porch with my daddy it's turned into a full-fledged business, and people think I'm joking about it when I tell them how it come about. That is the honest to God's truth, I promise you.
Well, that's a great story. I really like it, and I wish there was something like that available for everybody that's close by. So I want to ask you.
It makes your life a lot easier.
Yes.
It really does.
So, can you talk about like the pen itself? Like, what is there a special kind of fence? I mean, what kind of thought did you put into the design of it, and what's the layout like, and what's the hunting like out there? Like, is it flat? Is it hilly? Is it, describe a little bit of the terrain out there.
Well, I'm a flat grounder. If I come up on a 10-foot hill, I'm griping about it. We have some of the prettiest river bottoms the United States has got to offer right here. It is beautiful ground. We got a lot of coons. We got a lot of squirrels. We're blessed here. We got a little bit of hill country, but there ain't much of it. It's for the most part you're in good flat ground. My trading pens, they're the two at my house. 5-foot tall fence. It's pretty simple. Everybody keeps. That's the crazy question that people ask me. They'll say, "Well, how do you keep the squirrels in there?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't look at them as prisoners. I look at them as employees. If they want food, they're going to hang around and perform for me. If they don't, go find your own food." They got as long as you keep food, water, and women in there, they ain't going nowhere. And these people, how you keep them in, it blows their mind. Because when clients pull up to drop their dog off, 9 times out of 10, dogs are treed everywhere at my house. Anytime you pull up. And they'll be sitting there just watching this squirrel go up and down this tree messing with these dogs. And they're like park squirrels. They're so used to dogs, it's crazy. But this concept that they'll stay there, it works. But I also trap 8 to 10 a week. And I just I'll dump them at my house. I dump them down there. I'm going to give a shout out to Miss Frances Lightsey. That is probably my favorite neighbor. I trap for squirrels at her house. I'll probably catch 100 a year down there.
Wow.
And when they start getting thick, she'll call me, "Come get these suckers out of my bird feed." And we take feeders down there and we'll smoke them. It's every year. Every year, her squirrels have populated my pens every year.
So Trey, you mentioned that the big focus is treeing, getting these dogs to tree, whether it's your coon dog pups or your squirrel dog pups. Do you teach anything else? Do you teach like basic obedience or how to load, unload in a dog box or walk on a leash? I mean, what is there anything other than treeing, or is treeing your thing?
We work. We'll do recall. Recall is a big deal. When you're hunting a young dog, like last night, I had a dog named Rebel, had a really good hunt, but took me an hour and a half to catch him. We're working on that and loading up. He, like Rebel, he has started loading up the more he does it with us. We don't take like designated time, like in the afternoon. I'm not going to grab that dog and work on load up. He's going to get that work every time we load up, go to the woods. He's going to get recall work when we're hunting. He's going to get all that. Now, I do collar conditioned dogs. I have different views than other guys on this topic. And I'm sure, being a dog man, you've heard the age-old argument about when to tone break a dog, right?
Sure have.
Everybody wants to argue, cuss, bicker, and fight over this, and I just say it like this: do it when you want to. But me, I'm not tone breaking that dog until he's running the tree and game, and until it becomes a problem. I have seen electricity ruin more dogs than ever make them.
Yes, sir.
I have a dog. I'll give you examples. And I'm sorry for getting off on this, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about.
Sure.
I get more questions about this topic right here. And these hounds like Whiskey. He is my 5-year-old English dog. I did not put a handle on him till he was 2. He was a wild man. You've seen Whiskey on my page. When you look up coon dog in Webster's dictionary, there's a picture of him beside it. He's legit. Now, when I raised Whiskey, I raised him with the thought in mind he needs to be training dogs for me here in about a year or 2. So I reined him back in, and I put a handle to him. And that dog could be across the Saline River with 8 coons over him. If I call his name, he's coming. That's how it is. Now he has a job with me. Whiskey is my best employee. He has a job with me. He trains a lot of coon dogs. He hunts 5 nights a week. Now you step down to my 9-month-old pup, old Mick. Mick has one purpose in my house. He has hopes and dreams of being a competition coon dog. We ain't putting a handle on this dog. That's just all there is to it. And I've had guys, why won't you put a handle on him? Man, you talking in the comp world, you want this dog to go as hard and as fast as he can and get treed quick. That's it. And Mick needs to know that I don't care where he goes. Daddy's coming. I don't want you worried about coming back to Daddy. Like last night, Mick got in there 0.6 of a mile. My best friend, he hates a dog that does that. He looked at me, he said, I'll be here at the buggy when you get back. I said, all right. And I went on to him, and he had his coon. It was amazing. It was an amazing ordeal. But everybody has their opinions. I say, let the dog be a dog. Let them go hunting. Let them get lost. Let them get into stuff. Well, what if they get on trash? That's good. That means they're gamey. Let them hunt. Let them be. You're not out here putting a shock and collar on your 16-year-old boy that's chasing girls. You're not. He's being a boy. He's making life decisions. He's messing up. But I turned out okay. So I think there's a time where you got to let them make mistakes. But I also think there's a time where there's a say enough's enough. Enough's enough, and that's when the shot collar comes in. But you got to be real careful, man, because that hunt can leave as quick as it came. That's a fact.
Well, that's a good topic, Trey. I appreciate you talking about that because that's a hot topic. Doesn't matter what kind of hound you have or dog you're hunting. I mean, that's always going to be a hot topic. Well, let me ask you this: say there's people out there listening that do want to use somebody like yourself with your setup. How does it work? I mean, do they drop it off? Are you looking for pups or started dogs, or do you tune up old dogs that maybe been sitting around and got kind of kennel stale? I mean, how does that work?
Man, if it's got 4 feet and a tail, it ain't got to have a tail for those cur-boys out there. If it's got 4 feet and a tail, I'll hunt it. Now, when the training pins are there for. Everybody's got different terminology in dog hunting. I call them green pups. Well, when I say green, I mean green as a gourd, don't know anything. That's what that training pin's for. Say you come to my house and you're bringing your dog, you drop him off to me. That first 3 days, I'm trying to get as familiar with that pup as I can. It's just like when you buy a new dog. You don't just take them straight to the woods. Mm-hmm. Any good houndsman knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get this dog, hey, this guy fed me at least 3 times. Well, then we're going to work on squirrel tails with a fishing pole. We're going to try to get this dog's head space in the right area. He's got to know why he's here before we do anything. We're going to do the squirrel tails with the fishing pole. We're going to do a roll cage with a squirrel in it. I've got a tube that's long, goes up several trees. We're going to do that. When we get done, and I put him in those training pens, that dog is strictly thinking about a squirrel. And those green pups, when that dog starts chasing and treating those squirrels naturally in that pen, man, you're eliminating so many bad hunts. You're eliminating a bunch of the, you're walking around for 6 months waiting on that one scenario. That squirrel, you're wanting that squirrel to cross the road in front of your pup. I've done it. I've waited for that perfect scenario before. Whereas now, and they're like, oh, do you leave them in there? I sure do. But we bounce them around. That dog won't be in that same pen very long. I got 3 pens. I want this dog to get looks in every pen. I don't want him treeing on the same tree every day. I want him looking. I want him chook. I want him wondering on which pen he's even in. Mm-hmm. We'll grab him up, put him in this pen. Our pens are hot wired as a safety precaution. They're hot wired. Once that dog touches that fence one time, he usually don't touch my fence again. I got a good one at the house. That hot wire at the house has killed 6 copperheads in the last 2 weeks.
Wow. That's pretty strong.
Yes, show has. It's a good one. And my wife, I'm going to tell you a little funny story while we're talking. I told my wife I got tired of these. You ever use them solar charged hot wires?
I have not, but I've seen them.
Well, man, they're sweet the bigger you get. But the smaller ones, they don't last long at all. If you get 5-6 days of shade, clouds, they'll die. And I got sick and tired of it. And I said, I want you to go track supply this afternoon. I was busy. And I said, I want you to get me this hot wire charger. And I think it was a 10-mile charger, but it was a hard wire. You plug it, you wire it to your house.
Yes.
And I said, that's what I want. Well, she goes over there, and you gotta know her daddy. My daddy-in-law now, he's tight. I love him. He's tight though. and he went over there to and I'm so glad he went because this is where I got funny. My wife's in there, and she comes home, and she hands me the box, and it's a 90-mile charger. Ooh. I'm talking, this is a bad boy. And I said, good Lord, baby, what? She said, my daddy said you could get that one for the same price as you could get a 20-mile charger.
Whoa.
And I said, that's a little overkill, but we'll use it. Ooh. And I plugged that sucker up, man. The dog might touch it once, but that's it. And the point is, and I told I grabbed it just to see how hot it was. It is very hot, but the point is, you want to make a statement, get off my fence. Mm-hmm. Pretty simple. Mm-hmm. And 99.9% of dogs, that first day they're in that training pen is wasted because they'll touch a hot wire, whether it be there or down at my 15-acre pen on the solar charger wire. They're going to go out there and soul up and sit in the woods for about 3 hours. They do it every time. Mm-hmm. Every dog I get, they do that. But you got to have that, man, because it's safety precautions for your dog. Mm-hmm. I don't want your dog running off, getting run over. Those pens, they're for the green pups. We also offer big timber. We do the big timber on the coon dogs and squirrel dogs. Those are for dogs that are treeing already. That they have they got a sense of what they are. And we'll take those dogs out. It costs more, but I'm still probably too cheap on that. But I try not to be one of the greedy types, but man, look, God takes care of me. I'm not jacking my prices up, but the big timber, it requires a lot more meat than the training pens do.
Right.
The coon dogs, we offer them as green pups. I call it a foundation program. The coon dogs, our number one job when that dog leaves is that we need to be coon crazy. It's never as easy to get a coon dog where you can get a squirrel dog in the same amount of time.
Well, Trey, you just read my mind, because my very next question, if you could see it, says, which is easier to train, a coon dog or a squirrel dog?
I can start 10 squirrel dogs while I'm starting one coon dog.
Wow.
It's just, and that's me, and there's going to be guys listening going, oh, that crazy sapsucker. I'm just telling you, in my experiences, in my training pens, you give me 10 good bred pups that's guided in them and they're gamey, and you give me one decent coonhound pup, them 10 cur dog pups are going to be treeing before I get that coonhound treeing in the big woods. Facts. Because it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying I'm a better squirrel dog trainer than I am a coon dog trainer, because I'm not. I'm saying this, man. People really underestimate those 2 training pens in my house. Like, it is unreal. And there's guys I wish you had people that could call in that could listen to this live. There's been so many people sit in my driveway, and we'll just be sitting there talking, and bam, treat. And they're going, my gosh, how do you do that? It ain't me, man. It's them pens. That's what you're paying for. Mm-hmm. You're not paying for my knowledge. You get all that free of charge. You're paying for them pens. And those squirrels in there, those squirrels are stupid. Man, they're stupid. Every spring, we have a big crop. We have a big crop of young squirrels, and I probably get 15 to 20 of them eat every year by dogs. And it's because these squirrels come out, and they're programmed not to be scared of a dog. I'm telling you. These young squirrels are not wild like your normal squirrels are. And they'll just climb down the tree. Dogs treeing on them. They'll climb down the tree, gonna touch noses with the dog, and that dog, squeak, squeak, snatches them up. Wow. Oh, no. You can't protect them, man. It's every spring I'll have videos, and that crap right there will happen. And I'll be disgusted because I'm losing my squirrels.
Well, Trey, I want to ask you like an opinion question, because you've started a lot of dogs, you've hunted a lot of dogs over the year, both coon and squirrel. Do you have breeds that you prefer? Now, I know you said you had that old Lipper dog and old Walker dog, but do you have breeds that you think are easier? And I'm talking coon, but also squirrel, because I know people use curs, and I know they use feist, and I know that they maybe hunt a little differently, but I'd love to hear your opinion with your experience.
Oh boy, this is the catch-22. If you're right, you're right. You're wrong, you're wrong. I will say this: growing up, let's just start with coon dogs. Growing up, I was a Walker dog man. Mm-hmm. Now, there was no change in that. Last 10 years, I've been in the English dogs, raising my own. I wish I could tell you more about their heritage and bloodline. I just can't. I got Rango. That's my dog's grandpa right now, from an older man up north, and he lost his papers, and we never got him. I X-bred him. I know a coon dog when I see one, and I wasn't letting no set of papers stop me from owning that dog. So I X-bred him, and my dogs are X-bred. Technically, they're really not, because I know they're purebred, but they're X-bred on the papers. Mm-hmm. But I'll say this: if you want a dog that's deadly accurate, get you one of them English dogs. I hunt with a lot of them. I hunt with my own. But I'll also say this. Your English dogs ain't got the mouth. They ain't got the motor. They got more brains most of the time than your walkers. But these walkers they breed nowadays, son, woo! Hey, they some, man, they big as a horse, man. You can't keep up with that animal in the woods. Good Lord. And it's like the one I got right now. This he's all Brad Blanton stuff. I'm going to give Brad Blanton a shout out. And Harrison Radford. This Mick dog I got come off their stuff. And Mick is one of the most impressive puppies I've ever had the privilege on. Mm. He is nice. So I like that. He's a mouse-colored walker dog. He's pretty rare. Brad breeds these dogs, and they come out kind of a grayish, smoky color.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Mick is. and when I say I could have done sold him 1,000 times, I'm short. But I won't sell him because Harrison Radford gave me that dog. And I'm the type of man that if I ever got rid of him, he's going to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sell something that was given to him, but he'll never leave my house. I love the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another line of dogs that's starting to grow on me. In the coon dog world of things. Now, squirrel dogs, I don't know if I should say what I want to say or not, but my daddy hunts them Russian dogs.
Yeah.
West Siberian Laikas.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad and I have been raising them dogs for years. And we love it. We enjoy them. You like killing stuff? That's a dog for you. You can fill a tailgate up so quick, man. Good Lord, they're good. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this: South Arkansas, your best to me. Now, you guys out there listening, don't think I'm saying your dog sucks. I'm not. I'm not. But you cannot show me a dog that will just beat the doors off my dad's best Lego. You can't do it. I tried. I couldn't beat him either. He is the best meat dog I've ever been with in my life. And to this day, he's probably the best squirrel dog I raised him and trained him. Mm. So it's an honor for me to say that because I'm not the type. I'm not going to boast him up just to be boasting him up. He's got a mean bone in him. If it's a male dog, you don't need to hunt him with him. I don't know why he's like that. I think it's just his breeding.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to your competition style dogs, and I'm talking, let's just say your short hair dogs.
Mm-hmm.
For clarification, eliminate the Laikas. They're not in this conversation no more because I am biased towards them. I would say, based off my training pins, Rocky Top Kennels. If you can get a dog from them boys, go get it. I've had a lot of them dogs come through here. They're easy starting. They're hard going. Them guys, and look them up on Facebook. You want to talk about some killers now? Them boys kill some squirrels now, and I've had the privilege of starting, I think, 10 or 12 of their dogs over the years. Man, I'm always impressed. I'm always impressed with their stock. Rocky Top Kennel Feist, them little dogs, or Laurie Bailey's got some stock down there at the Boot Hill of Louisiana. They're Cajun squirrel dogs. That's just me saying I don't really know what they are. They're a whole lot of everything. They got bird dog, walker, feist, cur. They got a quarter, eighth of everything. And let me tell you, they're nice dogs, man. Laurie Bailey has got some of the nicest squirrel dogs in this part of the country. Only thing wrong with him is an LSU fan.
Well, you can't save them all, can you?
Can't save everybody, brother.
Well, that's super interesting.
That's kind of my opinion on the stock of dogs. bird dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
The southwestern part of our state has really become a hot spot for bird dog mixing, and I know you've probably heard of the Hildebrand boys that are down there. They got those Mullins fights, man. I see a lot of those dogs. I've seen some good stuff out of dogs off that studied off of his dog. I'm telling you, I've had the opportunity to see a lot of good dogs, and I'm blessed, and I couldn't be happier with what I do. I just couldn't.
Well, Trey, you've done this for a while. I mean, you've done this for a long time, since you were a young boy.
Oh, yeah.
And you told me about the story about your dad. You had to raise your dog. You couldn't go out and afford, and that's how we grew up too.
Oh, yeah.
So what can you talk about maybe what a person would pay for a good squirrel or coon dog back when you were a kid versus what that same dog would cost today?
Oh boy. Inflation. Prices go up. You think about it now. I remember when I was a kid, you could go into the store and get a Snicker bar and a Yoo-hoo. That was my jam when I was a baby, when I was a little baby boy. Snicker bar and a Yoo-hoo. Up here at the corner station, you're talking $1, man. You know what I mean? Like if you could round up $1, you could get a snack.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy that Snicker and Yoo-hoo now. It's about $5.20. So that's a big increase. And when you're talking about dogs, I tell everybody the market is outrageous, especially on the coon dogs.
Yes.
You're coon hunting, and I'll have guys laugh at this. I'm being serious as cancer. It's done turned into the redneck horse races.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call it. When you hunting for $1 million a year, good Lord, I'm talking about a new truck every month. It just depends on where you go. And that has brought so many people. It flooded the market. And a puppy that, like Woody, my first dog, my dad, he was a papered up dog. He cost my daddy $40, I think, dollars.
Wow.
$40, $50. And Mick, let's just say if you were buying one of these mouse pups, I think they're around, $1,000, $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's, I believe you pay it. Now, I'm also the type, I believe you get what you pay for. It's like Brad with that stuff there. If I wanted another pup like Mick, he's treeing coons at 9 months old. If I wanted another pup, I'm going to ask you, do you think I would go pay that amount of money for another one?
Yes.
I would.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And it's because I know what I'm getting. And that is so important. It's like my English pups. Guys know what they're getting. And, yes, it costs more. But also the price of living went up. I explained that. So
sure.
You look at a bag of dog food now. Good Lord. I remember, there's boys out there spending $90 on a bag of dog food. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. There's no way. There's no way. I feed sport mix. I like how it makes my dogs look, and it's $34 a bag. But I remember when Diamond was like $19 a bag. I remember that, 18, 19, and that was a lot. We were driving about it then. Like dadgum, a $20 bill is gone. Everybody's got to realize that the price of living going up. I don't care who your president is. I don't care who's in your leg. I don't care who's in what house or whatever. I don't care. Prices go up, and they have since I've been drawing air, and it's an evolving world. The coon dog world. Now, squirrel dogs, man, you can find them pretty affordable as a puppy. Squirrel dogs kind of leveled out. You can find some good bread. Right now, I'll give Nate Gordon a shout out. He's got a litter on the way off of some good stuff down there. So you can find squirrel dogs reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes back to what I'm saying. There's some of them that are really expensive. But some of them, you're paying for what you get, man. I'm a firm believer in genetics and DNA.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like this, and this is a comparison I give people about, regular genetics and DNA. My two nephews, I don't have any kids. They might as well be mine because I would move the world for them if I could.
Mm-hmm.
They're 12 and 10, finna be 12 and 10. And one of them, sweet boy, I'm talking a yes ma'am, no ma'am. He cried to drop the hat if you look at him funny. And the other one, mean as a cottonmouth.
Mm.
And I love them the same, but they come from the same mom and daddy, same sire, same dam, and there really ain't no rhyme or reason why they're different. But they are. They're their own person. Just like, and everybody tries to compare it when they're buying a puppy. Well, a litter mate did this. It matters, yes, but I want to see what your litter mate's going to do. Mm-hmm. Listen. Everybody, if you're in the dog world long enough, you're going to lose a good dog.
Yes.
You're going to have, you've been there, I know you have.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to, and me, call me a pudding pop. Man, I cry over my good ones. I do.
I do, too.
I don't cry over much. I cried over my cousin dying and my dogs dying. That's about it. But it's one of them things that when you have a good one, they die and they move on.
Mm-hmm.
A dog's only with you a short percentage of your life. That dog moves on, and you'll spend 5 years. When I was a teenager, I spent forever. I was a young man in my 20s. I tried to replace that first dog I told you about, Woody.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't another Woody.
Right.
There never will be. You got to find that next whoever it is and make them what they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So stop chasing that dream. I'm gonna find another one just like him, because you're not. Mm-hmm. I look at 100 dogs a year. You ain't gonna do it. And I done figured out, man. Each dog is, you find the DNA genetics you like and stay there.
Mm-hmm. I think that's great advice. I really do.
Yeah, stay there. Do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Do your research. Call around. Call me. I'll tell you what I know. I don't care. I'm not hiding nothing. I've had success. I've had failures, man. Do I start every dog that comes to me? No. But if you bring me 10, I'm starting 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to happen. Am I perfect? No. But I can tell you, I've seen some good bred dogs that did great. I've seen some championship bloodline caliber dogs that look like trash. And I've seen some dogs that come from a guy on a farm. They bred with a mutt down the street, and those were some squirrel treeing fools. So you never know. You never know what you're going to get. You might as well take that money you're buying that puppy with and go to the casino and put it on the table. You might as well.
Well, Trey, let me ask you another kind of opinion question, because I've seen a change where I live here in Western North Carolina since I was a youngster in the popularity of coon hunting versus squirrel hunting. And I just want to know, have you seen any trends? Do you think one is becoming more or less popular today than it used to be?
I do. Coon hunting's back, baby.
Okay.
Coon hunting's back. I never would have dreamed in my life I would see the number of people buying coon dog pups. And it's a beautiful thing. It is to me, because it's what I love, man. It is. It's in my blood. My wife, I'm sure it drives her crazy, but man, like last night, seeing that 9-month-old tree that coon,
mm-hmm.
and I've always said if more people could get a dose of that,
Mm-hmm. Why
You
do
know,
you?
like, oh,
Why do you?
people are you're training their dog for me. No, I'm not. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm laying the groundwork for your dog, and we're trying to get him a foundation for his house you're gonna build.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing.
Trey,
And these people get out there to do that, they'll appreciate it more.
Why do you think that? Why do you think it's coming back?
Well, me personally, I'm trying to get into the competition hunt. I've always been a trainer and a pleasure hunter. I kill probably 700 coons a year. I hunt for some boys here. If I could take my nephews hunting and we go kill 8 or 10 coons, that's what I enjoyed. Well, my nephews, they're real competitive in sports, and they've been seeing this competition hunting, and that's what we're trying to get Mick for, get him ready for. And I think the big money hunts now, I think it has drawn a lot of people to the sport. And some people are saying it's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing, man. It's growing our sport. We got a lot of anti-hunters out there now, brother. Mm-hmm. They don't like what we do. I got close to 30,000 followers on Facebook now, and there's one problem with that. It attracts a lot of the wrong crowd, too. Okay. And I get bashed on a daily basis for what I do. And the more coon hunters you have in this sport, the more we can band together as a group, a collective group, and stand up for each other. Because we're the minority, brother. That's us hunters. We're a minority. We got to take a stand for what we believe in. Mm-hmm. And these hunters, I think it's a beautiful thing. All these coon hunters coming out of the woodwork, I love it. I'll share my woods with you. I ain't scared to. Come hunt with me. I invite everybody that brings me a dog has got a lifetime pass to come over to Arkansas and come kill stuff with Trey. That's just how it is. It's a standing invitation. You bring a dog to me, we'll be friends before it's over with, and we'll be hunting together. And it'll become a yearly thing. I got boys from Alabama, Tennessee, Missouri, Mississippi, the Carolinas. They come hunt with me. And it's a yearly thing. I've always said a client will become a friend way before a friend will become a client. I stand by that. Because a lot of these boys around here, they don't want to have to say that Trey had to start my dog for him. It's a pride thing. Where this boy from North Carolina, he don't care if I start his dog. He just wants him started.
That's right.
He just wants him started. So that's the difference. Everybody's got their opinion, but going back to your original question, I think it's a beautiful thing. The squirrel hunting's kind of leveled out. I saw a growth in the first 5 years that I did the pens. Puppies, and it's real seasonal. The squirrel dogs come and go. But the coon dogs, man, golly, they're steady. Mm-hmm. They keep me hopping. Mm-hmm. It's a 10-day-a-week workload. I ain't got but so many days.
well, Trey, as we kind of wind up, I do want to ask you at least one or two more questions. But what advice would you give to somebody that's either going to get a coon dog or a squirrel dog puppy and get into this game? I mean, why sell us on yourself? Why should they trust you with that pup or that young dog?
I want to say this without even including me in it. Find you somebody around your neck of the woods that you know and trust that has done this their whole life. They're there. They might be like a Bigfoot, but they're there. And find them and get educated. Mm-hmm. Get educated on what you're wanting to do. That person is a wealth of knowledge. They might not open up and tell you that out of the gate, but they are. Every coon hunter has different ways of doing things. Everybody's got an opinion. Respect their opinion and learn from them. Go hunting before you get that puppy. see if this is even something you want to do, because it's a lot, man. There's got to be a love there to bust that sawbriar patch at 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a love for it there. So do that first. First and foremost, find you somebody. For me, that person, I was lucky. That person was my daddy, Oscar Gerard Jr., and my Uncle Phil. My Uncle Phil was one of the best dog guys around this part of the country when I was growing up. Nobody knows him because social media didn't exist then. But if it did, they would know my uncle. I promise you. He's a wild man. Him and my Uncle David, my cousin Chris, the one that passed away, they were all so good to me. And find you somebody, and then we exist for one reason, man. Life gets in the way. You got a job, you got a family, you got kids, you got baseball, football, softball, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that dog to me, and we'll get that groundwork laid for you. You can trust me. If the dog's got it, I'm going to tell you he's got it. If he don't got it, I'm going to tell you find you something else. I'm not going to feed you a line of crap just to take your money. Let's be open and honest with each other, because for you to be packing a coon dog in your box, we got to be honest what you putting in that box on the first day. And that's all there is to it. And the squirrel dogs, it's the same story. Man, $400 for a month. You can spend $400. Let's run him through them training pins. If he's got it, he's going to start treeing. He's going to. If he don't, well, I just wasted $400. Well, let's just say you hunt that dog for a year and you're trying to figure out if he's worth it or not. I'd be willing to bet you're going to spend more on dog food, vet bills, and medicine than you would $400.
Mm-hmm.
So bring him to me. Let's see if he's about it. Let's see if he's worth it before you invest 2 years of life into him. Let's see.
Well, Trey, that brings me to another question. How long does it take? Can you get it done in a month, or does it take 2 or 3 months, or what's kind of the average?
A good bred puppy, just trying to get them started on treeing squirrels. A good bred puppy that is about it, that dog is hunting. I've had dogs treated the second day they're in my pen. Your good pups, it don't take long at all. I'm talking, you work them a couple days on drags and stuff, and you put them in that pen. That afternoon, I can't count the times. First day I put a dog in there, I'm sitting on my back porch, and I hear them treading. And I walk out there, and that puppy just got put in there.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a great environment. It's pretty simple. It's a controlled, game-rich environment.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you get.
Oh.
And we don't just leave them in there and not monitor them. Man, I walk, my Garmin watch says I walk, I think, 27,000 steps a day.
Ooh.
And that's counting the night shift coon hunting. I walk a lot. So I'm out there with them, putting eyes on them all the time, working them on trees, taking videos. It's the whole nine. But if you got a dog, and I've seen some dogs, man, that they won't start treeing until day 28. But if they start treeing at day 28, you still accomplished what we were wanting to accomplish. Getting that dog to looking up. Getting him to getting after squirrels. Get him game-oriented. What is he supposed to be doing? Mm-hmm. And if we can accomplish that, the dog's well on his way.
Well, Trey, as we finish up, is there anything I didn't ask you about that I should have, or is there anything else you want to promote or cover?
Really, I mean, I think we covered everything dog-related. And I'll tell you something else. If you need a deer stand, duck blind, hog trap, give me a holler. My number is 870-329-1034. We located in South Arkansas. Shoot me a text, give me a call. Look us up on Facebook, Saline River Tree Dogs. We will help you any way we can. And if you're needing a pup, we raise a litter of Laikas a year, and we raise a litter of English a year. I raise 2 litters of pups a year. So if you need one, give me a holler. It won't break the bank. Our English pups are $500, and our Laika pups are $500. The Laikas are UKC papered, and NKC and the English red tick pups, they are UKC, PKC, and NKC registered. So give us a holler if you need something. I will help you any way that I can.
Very good. Trey, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time out for us today.
Not a problem, and it was a pleasure getting to talk with you, and I really enjoyed our time on the phone.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Buff in the Rough. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to be notified when new content is available. And please send comments and suggestions to buffintherough@gmail.com.